Did Jason Knauf, a former communications secretary at Kensington Palace, cause Meghan Markle's miscarriage? Well, we're going to go through all the facts and I'm going to show you how we can actually debunk this thing once and for all. So make sure you subscribe to this channel and stay tuned for more details in this Daily Nerd starting right now. Hey up everyone, it's me, Stef The Alter Nerd, your nerdy alternative, and welcome to another dose of the Daily Nerd, where I break down the news and pop culture stories of the day that's pretty much caught me eye. And oh my goodness, before I jump into all the juicy details with this video's main topic, there is a little bit of housekeeping as always. Firstly, YouTube human reviewer, I see you lurking. I'm not going to say any trigger words or anything that's going to offend your ear holes. And to everyone else awesome enough to have clicked on this video, hey up, how are you all doing? If you've got some very strong feelings about this rumour, and I bet you do, then make sure you send me a super thanks. It's just below this video right here. We can have a conversation about this because it does guarantee a response from me. And oh yeah, let's jump into this one, shall we? So, this is an article from Newsweek, and Megsy was accused of bullying by an aide, who some fans have now suggested contributed to her miscarriage. Now, Prince Harry said in the Netflix show Harry and Meghan, otherwise known as the mockumentary as far as I'm concerned, that he believed that Megsy's miscarriage was caused by stress from a lawsuit Megsy had filed against the UK tabloid The Mail on Sunday. Now, Jason Knauf, who served as Kensington Palace's communications secretary from 2015 until 2019, submitted evidence in the lawsuit, and this created the rumour that his involvement led to the loss of Megsy's pregnancy. Now, a Twitter account at ArchieWellBaby sought to link him to Meghan's miscarriage after King Charles III named him in the honours list, and Prince William personally conducted the ceremony that made him a lieutenant of the Royal Victorian Order. And I mean, to be fair, that's not out of the ordinary, okay? Prince William has done many of these ceremonies. This was not a one-off where Prince William did this, okay? So do bear that in mind, guys. Now, a tweet viewed 1.2 million times and liked more than 8,000 times read, quote, after Prince William accepted millions secretly from Rupert Murdoch while Harry takes him to court, today he honoured Jason Knauf, who contributed to Megsy's miscarriage by collaborating with the Daily Mail. Prince Harry dug a grave with his bare hands for his unborn child. And we see here Prince William honouring Jason Knauf with his new title. But again, this is not the first time Prince William has been involved in this kind of ceremony. He's done many of these ceremonies in place of the crown, in place of the monarch. This is not out of the ordinary, guys. Now, for context, the tweet's 1.2 million views are a little less than double the circulation of the Mail on Sunday, which as recently as earlier on this year in March stood at an average of 659,454 copies per weekly edition, according to the UK media data agency ABC. Now, Prince Harry did link Meghan's miscarriage to the Mail on Sunday lawsuit, and Knauf did offer evidence to the UK Court of Appeal as part of that case. But the timelines, as far as we're all concerned, they don't match up to equal, well, Jason Knauf caused Megsy's miscarriage. So the Netflix series was also clear about the cause of the anxiety, and it did not relate to Knauf's participation in the lawsuit to his testimony, saying, you know, it was because of Knauf that essentially Megsy miscarried. They don't say that at all. There's no reference to him at all to that. Now, Prince Harry did link Meghan's miscarriage to the Mail on Sunday, and Knauf did offer evidence to the UK Court of Appeal as part of that case. Meghan first identified the date of her miscarriage in her November 2020 New York Times essay, quote, "The Losses We Share." At the time in the summer of 2020, during a lawsuit at the High Court in London, the Mail on Sunday had applied to make public the names of 5 of Megsy's friends who had defended her from British tabloid attacks in the magazine People, and they were all named anonymously. Meghan was suing the paper over the publication of a private letter she sent to her father, and the outlet's lawyers were arguing that the story served the public interest because it corrected, they said, an inaccurate account presented by the friends. True, as far as I'm concerned. Absolutely. Unfortunately, though, the Mail on Sunday lost. So, in the mockumentary, Megsie said that she wanted to keep her friend's name secret, saying, quote, "I said absolutely not, and I just felt it was important to protect them in the way they're trying to protect me, and that was right in the same week we moved into our home in Santa Barbara. The first morning that we woke up in our new home is when I miscarried." And Prince Harry said in the mockumentary, quote, "I believe my wife suffered a miscarriage because of what the Mail did. I watched the whole thing." So they're not saying here Jason Knauf contributed to the miscarriage. They're not saying his name whatsoever in this story. They're saying, no, Mail on Sunday, right? And so, now do we absolutely know that the miscarriage was caused by that? Of course we don't, he says. Now, medical experts, including British National Health Service, suggest anxiety does not directly lead to an increased risk of miscarriage, but it's not possible to say definitively whether Hazard is actually right or wrong. Still, no mention of Knauf, right? And nor did Megsie mention Knauf, saying that he contributed to the miscarriage. Now, he did give a statement in the lawsuit, but not until 2021, which was a year later after the miscarriage anyway. So again, the timelines don't stand up. She miscarried in 2020, but he gave evidence a year later in 2021. So how could he have caused a miscarriage that had already happened a year prior, right? Logic. Do you know what I mean? Think about it. Critical thinking here, guys. The first hint he might have relevant information, according to several statements, did not come until September 2020, 2 months after Megsie miscarried. So even before he then put in his statement, any sniff that he was going to do that was, again, 2 months after she miscarried. So again, the timing does not stand up. How he was even able to somehow, even in a minuscule kind of way, contribute to her miscarriage. So for context, Jason Knauf is the same palace staffer who wrote an email back in October 2018 accusing the Duchess of bullying 2 personal assistants out of Kensington Palace. Now, a witness statement for Mail on Sunday editor Ted Verity, signed on the December the 4th, 2020, and seen by Newsweek, outlined the timeline, saying, quote, "I've recently had a meeting with a senior member of the royal household, the source. The meeting took place in person less than 3 months ago." And he added, "The information the source gave me included the following. There were several drafts of the letter, i.e., the letter Megsie sent to her father, as defined above. Jason Knauf, a member of the Kensington Palace communications team, worked on those drafts with Meghan. A lot of the tweaking of the drafts was done by electronic means of communication." And the Mail on Sunday lawyer, Keith Matheson, submitted an October 2021 witness statement saying, quote, "The Mail on Sunday sought to make contact with Mr. Knauf in September 2020 after being told by a source that he had relevant evidence to give on important aspects of the case." He added that they were informed by the source that Mr. Knauf had evidence to give that was helpful to the Mail on Sunday's case. And his witness statement wasn't finally submitted until September the 6th, 2021, even though his attorney from law firm Adelshaw Goddard had informed the court in December 2020 that he might be willing to testify. Again, informing the court in December 2020 that he might be willing to testify was months after Meghan's miscarriage, right? Again, the timings don't add up for this rumour. His 2021 witness statement read, as explained in a letter sent on my behalf by Adelshaw Goddard on 21st September 2020, "I was prepared to provide evidence on several issues where my former job had made me privy to relevant events. I've adopted a position of neutrality throughout, offering to provide information that I'm advised is relevant to both parties." And this was 5 months after Meghan's miscarriage, which occurred back in July 2020. He handed over private emails, text messages between him and Meghan, which showed she had authorised him to supply information to Finding Freedom, a fact her lawyers had denied in court as part of the aforementioned lawsuit, which in the end she had apologised to the court for saying, "Oh, I was mistaken," or something along those lines. No, lass, you weren't mistaken in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. Come the frick on. She said to the court, quote, "I did not have the benefit of seeing these emails, and I apologise to the court for the fact that I had not remembered these exchanges at the time. I had absolutely no wish or intention to mislead the Mail on Sunday or the court." Right. Okay. And so ultimately, we are debunking this rumour. Jason Knauf, Kensington Palace, did not cause Meg's miscarriage. He did give evidence to Meghan's lawsuit against the Mail on Sunday, and his contribution was no doubt unwelcome, as footage captured by a Netflix documentary does suggest. However, his evidence didn't emerge until 2021. Over a year after her miscarriage, and the first indication he might provide it was only known privately to the Mail on Sunday's editor in September 2020, a couple of months later after again the miscarriage. And Knauf's willingness to testify was flagged a further 2 months after that in December 2020. So, in other words, 5 months after the miscarriage is when it was found out that his willingness to testify was in place. Meanwhile, out of their own gobs, right? Megxie and Hazza have this account of the anxiety she experienced at the time of a miscarriage that related to the newspaper's attempts to name her 5 friends, the 5 anonymous friends that stuck up for her in that People magazine interview that did not involve Knauf or the palace. They did not say, oh, yeah, it's, the Mail on Sunday trying to find out who these 5 friends are. And also it was Jason Knauf and Kensington Palace that contributed to my miscarriage. She didn't say that. She said it was the Mail on Sunday trying to find out who these 5 friends were that caused this stress and anxiety that led to the miscarriage. So even from their own gobs, they do not blame the palace or Jason Knauf. So consider this rumour completely and utterly debunked. With that being said, though, enough with my gob. It's now time for your gobs. If you appreciated this video and you want more, believe me, there's going to be more. Do make sure you subscribe to join our Alter Nerd tribe. I'll be honest, help us get to 100k so we can get that silver play button right there. Like, share, comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theories, whatever's on this one. And if you've got some very strong opinions about Meghan Markle's miscarriage, and I bet you do, then make sure you send me a super thanks. It's just below this video right here. We can have a conversation about this because it does guarantee a response from me. And until the next time, you guys, laters.